This is the true story of a college student who vanished in the Minnesota darkness while still on the phone with his parents. A wrong turn, a quiet field, and a final word that ended everything. It was the evening of May 14th, 2008. The air was cool, typical of a late spring night in rural Minnesota. 19-year-old Brandon Swanson, a college student, had been at a party with friends in Marshall. As the night deepened, he decided it was time to head home. He bid his friends farewell, unaware this routine drive would become a chilling mystery. The roads were rural, winding through vast landscapes, minimally lit by faint moonlight. The terrain was unfamiliar, a labyrinth of country roads that could easily disorient. He never made it home. Sometime during his drive, Brandon's car veered off the road. Perhaps he misjudged a turn or was distracted in the dark. His vehicle ended up stuck in a ditch, wheels spinning uselessly. He was uninjured, but his car was immobilized. He tried to free the vehicle, but the effort was futile. Instead of calling emergency services, he made a call that would haunt his parents. He called them, seeking their help. Brandon spoke calmly with his parents, Brian and Annette Swanson. He believed he was near Lind, a small community. They agreed to meet him, a simple plan to retrieve their son. Brandon, thinking he knew his general location, decided to walk toward what he thought was the main road, believing it would make it easier for his parents to find him. This decision would lead him deeper into the unknown. As his parents set out to find him, Brandon remained on the phone, a lifeline connecting him to the outside world. He described his surroundings in detail: the crunch of gravel roads beneath his feet, the fences he had to climb over, and the vast, dark fields stretching out in multiple directions, seemingly endless under the night sky. He mentioned hearing water nearby, a distinct sound that suggested a river or a creek. His parents, driving through the dark, tried desperately to locate him based on his fragmented descriptions, their anxiety growing with each passing minute. Unbeknownst to Brandon and his parents, a critical error had been made. Brandon's assumed location was incorrect. He was not near Lind at all, but actually miles away, closer to Taunton. This geographical discrepancy created a tragic disconnect. His parents searched diligently near Lind, while Brandon continued to walk in a completely different direction. They repeatedly missed each other in the dark. A cruel twist of fate that neither party realized until it was too late. The vastness of the Minnesota landscape swallowed their efforts. The phone call, a continuous thread of hope and growing concern, stretched on for approximately 40 to 50 minutes. Brandon kept walking, his determination unwavering, still trying to reach a road or some lights that would guide him to safety. His tone remained remarkably calm throughout, tinged only with a slight frustration at his predicament, but never outright panic. He was a young man trying to solve a problem, believing he was close to being rescued. His parents, on the other end, offered reassurance, their voices a steady presence in the isolating darkness. Then, suddenly, everything changed. The calm was shattered. Without warning, Brandon's voice cut through the night. A single desperate shout. "Oh shit!" The line went silent immediately after. The call disconnected. There were no further sounds. No struggle was heard. No explanation was given. Just an abrupt, terrifying silence that echoed in his parents' ears, leaving them with a chilling sense of dread. The last word became an indelible mark on a mystery. His parents, Brian and Annette, frantically attempted to call back, their hearts pounding with terror. There was no answer. The line remained dead. Realizing the gravity of the situation, they immediately notified authorities. The local police were alerted, and search efforts began quickly, though hampered by the darkness and the uncertainty of Brandon's exact location. Police, volunteers, and search teams mobilized, combing the area where Brandon's parents had been searching, unaware of the true distance that separated them from their son. As dawn broke, the search intensified. Eventually, Brandon's vehicle was located near Taunton, a significant distance from where he had believed himself to be. This discovery confirmed the devastating geographical error and explained why his parents had been unable to find him. The search area expanded dramatically, now focusing on the vast rural expanse around Taunton, a place Brandon had never intended to be. The car, a silent testament to the night's events, offered no further clues. In the days and weeks that followed, the search for Brandon Swanson became extensive. Fields, ditches, and nearby waterways were meticulously searched by hundreds of volunteers and law enforcement personnel. Dogs, trained to follow human scent, were brought in, along with helicopters equipped with thermal imaging, and ground teams who painstakingly covered every inch of the rugged terrain. Evidence was found: a scent trail leading toward the Yellow Medicine River. The trail stopped abruptly near the water, suggesting he may have reached the riverbank. But despite all efforts, no body was recovered. The river, cold and unforgiving, offered no answers. In the absence of any concrete evidence, investigators and the public alike grappled with numerous theories. Some considered an accidental fall into the river or creek, perhaps in the dark and disoriented state. Others speculated about an injury followed by exposure in the remote terrain, where help would have been hours away. Disorientation in the dark was a strong possibility, given the rural landscape and Brandon's incorrect assessment of his location. However, no single theory has ever fully explained the sudden disappearance, particularly the abrupt end to the phone call, and the lack of any further trace. The "oh shit" remains a haunting enigma. To this day, Brandon Swanson is still officially listed as a missing person. There have been no confirmed sightings since that fateful night. His parents have never given up hope, tirelessly advocating for their son and keeping his story alive, hoping that one day answers will emerge from the darkness. The mystery of Brandon Swanson serves as a stark reminder of how quickly life can change and how some questions may never be answered. A phone call that never ended properly, a walk through darkness, guided by a false sense of direction, and a final word that raised more questions than answers, echoing into the void of an unsolved mystery. He was not alone. He was on the phone, connected to the people who loved him most. And yet, in the span of a single second, he vanished, leaving behind a chilling legacy of uncertainty and a haunting question. What truly happened to Brandon Swanson on that dark Minnesota night? His story serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of the unknown. His story serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of the unknown.